Matt Aguilar here from Comic Book, and today I have the pleasure of speaking to the man of the hour, Penta from WWE. How are you today?
I'm very happy, man. I'm excited too. I'm ready for tomorrow because tomorrow is the big day for me. 20 years ago, I started this dream, and now I live the dream.
Man, it's got to be, look, it's been a surreal couple weeks for you. Like I said, Rumble's huge. You made your big debut on a grand stage just because Netflix had just started. Now that you've been able, just a little bit of time away, looking back at your debut, what sticks in your brain most from that night?
Man, in my brain always was the... I know what is my responsibility in my shoulders, because my country, my culture, all Latin America, and all my fans around the world. This is in my shoulder, and my back is like, okay, I need to improve every day my mind, my spirit, my soul, my body, my style, everything. Because I know a lot of people feel inspired about me, This is the thing, brother.
Well, and were you when you made your debut? It was huge, and it was during the second week of Netflix's big rollout for Raw. Yeah. Were you supposed to debut the week before, or was it always kind of the plan for you to be the next one and Sam?
Oh, this is a good question, but now San Jose was a special and amazing night for me because it's my family in the first row. I won my first match on Netflix, my first match in WWE. I think those nights was amazing for me. Definitely was a turning point in my career, because versus Chad Gable is one of the best wrestlers in the world. I think was amazing, man.
Yeah, it was a night to remember. It's such a great reaction from the crowd. I feel like the masks are already selling out places. Got that Penta gear places. You've also had a little bit of a run-in with Braun Breaker, who's not too far from us, current Intercontinental Champion. Are you familiar with his work in WWE, and how are you kind of sizing up looking after some title gold?
Yeah, I know. The first step for me, or the first goal for me, is the Royal Rumble tomorrow. After that, when the Royal Rumble is over, I waiting for my WrestleMania moment. I don't know exactly what that, but this is only my former brother. I'm sorry, but step by step.
No, that's a smart way. That's the best. No shade. That's the best way to do it.
Focus tomorrow for the Royal Rumble.
I know I got to let you go here. Look, we got a lot of big, exciting things. Like you said, taking one step at a time. One of the cool things, though, about being a WWE superstar is those action figures and the video game. And what to you will be the coolest accomplishment there, milestone? Will it be when you get your first WWE figure, or will it be when you get into the video game for the first time?
Oh, I don't know, but both is very fine for me. I don't know what first, but the both for me is very special.
Well, thank you so much for all the time, all the best success. Thank you so much. And check out all of our WWE coverage right here on Comic Book.
And you know what? Zero.
Matt Aguilar here from Comic Book, and today I have the one and only him, Carmelo Hayes, WWE superstar. What's up, man? How you doing?
What's good, bro?
You've been one of my favorites all throughout NXT up into SmackDown. You've taken on some of the biggest and brightest in SmackDown during kind of your first run through. Looking back a little bit before we kind of kick into the new year, what do you take away most from that first time in SmackDown, and what's been the surprising challenges? What's been the great stuff?
I think really it's you got to take shots and make shots, man. A lot of people are talking about, my win-loss record. But I don't care about none of that, man, because I'm going for the top dogs. If it takes 10, if it takes 20, if it takes 30 for me to get that W, then that's what it's going to be, man, because I'm going out there and I'm giving it my all against the best of the best. And first year, who's saying that? Who's really doing that? You know what I mean? Going against the WWE Undisputed Champion multiple times, going against former world champions multiple times, going against WrestleMania main eventers multiple times. You know what I mean? I'm that guy. I'm going up against these guys and I'm freaking killing it. I don't care if I'm not getting a W on the first try. It's my first year in the main roster, and I'm making a statement and I'm making a name for myself, period.
Well, of course, look, Rumble is the land of opportunity, right? Anyone can win the Rumble. Anyone can get thrown out at any time. For you, what would, coming out, winning the Rumble, making a statement like that, what would that mean to you at this point in your career?
I mean, it's a career-making moment. It's a star-making moment. I become a made man. You know what I mean? There's a very few and, highly selected list of people that win the Royal Rumble. So me winning the Royal Rumble would be one of those things, man, where it's like nobody could deny me.
Now we already know some people are going to be in the Rumble, right? Some big names. Punk is going to be in there. Cena. At this point, though, would you get more joy if Nick Aldis was in the Rumble and you could throw him out? Because you guys have a little bit, it feels like a contentious relationship.
It's definitely one-sided because I ain't do nothing to that man but be a bright, shining example of what a great employee on SmackDown should be. And I go out and I kill it and I put on for the brand, and he's just a hater because I'm the man and, first round draft pick and, I'm doing it big. He's a hater.
And we mentioned before, right? Cena's going to be in this match, but there's also a bunch of different names thrown around as surprises. For you, who is the, kind of dream match? Because we've also thought some are talking about Rock maybe even making an appearance. If you were to have a showdown with one of those two, Cena, Rock, who's the one you would want?
I mean, either or, man. I'm not in there choosing. You know what I mean? When I get in that ring, as a kid, I was a fan, but when I get in that ring, those are my oppositions and those are my enemies so I'm not sitting there going, oh my God, The Rock, oh my God, John Cena. It's this guy's in my way and I'm gonna throw his out if I can.
No, respect that. And one of the things over this past year, you had an amazing, almost tournament-style battle with Andrade. You guys just going back and forth and back and forth. What do you feel like that showcased as far as your skill set? Because obviously people knew your work from NXT, but I felt like that really put some things on display for a section of the audience that maybe didn't, wasn't up to speed.
I feel like people were sleeping on me. I feel like people didn't realize that my full potential. You got to remember, coming to the main roster, a lot of people don't watch NXT. You know what I mean? There's a lot of new eyes. But what I think I did with that is, I proved that, I can go. I proved that my style of wrestling is, I can hang with whoever type of thing. And shout out to Andrade. He was a perfect, competitor and a perfect, as far as a talent goes, you know what I mean? He's a great wrestler and everything, so we just complemented each other very well. But I proved myself and I proved to everybody else that I'm here and I'm a threat, and then, I'm going to do some big things on the main roster.
Well, man, thank you so much for everything. All the best success moving forward, and you can check out all of our coverage on the Royal Rumble right here on ComicBook. Matt Aguilar here from Comic Book, and today I have the pleasure of speaking to WWE Women's Champion Tiffany Stratton. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing good. It's awesome to say Women's Champion right there. Going back to that moment, I mean, there have been some fake outs, some, oh my God, is she going to do it? And even in that moment, it was a little bit of back and forth. You didn't know. Looking back, have you had a chance to watch back that whole sequence, and what sticks out the most to you from that just surreal moment?
I have actually watched about a million times. Honestly, what sticks out is the fake outs. I felt like there were so many moments where it's like, oh my God, is she going to do it? Oh, no, she's not. She's going for it again. Oh, why'd you throw Bianca over? I felt like there were so many dips and dives that I was strategic enough to come up with. And in the end, I prevailed and I became champion.
Well, we've heard so many talks of Money in the Bank cash-ins of sometimes they're immediate the night of, sometimes it's a next week. And yours is one of the ones that really got a chance to go for a long time and really kind of build suspense. Were you happy that it got to kind of get a longer build as opposed to being something kind of right away happening the same night?
Yeah, I felt like the reign that I had with the Money in the Bank briefcase, I felt like it was iconic just because of, how long that I had it, all the teases, the Tiffy teases. And I felt like nobody really knew when it was going to happen. And they all thought it was going to be at Bad Blood or at Survivor Series. And then it just happened on a SmackDown in Phoenix, Arizona. So I feel like it was the perfect reign and the perfect cash-in.
Now, being champion, obviously you have such a background in gymnastics and always pulling different moves out. The moonsault is, at this point, legendary. This year, looking ahead a little bit, is there anything you're going to bring back into the arsenal and maybe you stop doing? Any new moves? You're kind of, how are you looking at that?
Yeah, so I used to do this finish back in NXT. It was just a not a Vader. It was I forget the word. I'm so sorry. I have a bad memory. But I did like this twist and it would land on my stomach. And I think I might bring that back. I don't know. And I'm always coming up with new moves. I was a gymnast. I've got a ton of stuff in my arsenal.
Now, of course, one of the big things about Royal Rumble is the surprises. You never know who's going to come here. One of the people, though, that we do know is Charlotte Flair, and she's already getting, the big videos, and the Queen is coming back, right? And you had mentioned before that, she's kind of on that list of dream matches. Now that's like a possibility. So obviously, I know you'll take on any challenger. But what would it kind of mean for Charlotte Flair to be the one standing there as the winner of the Rumble and that match to possibly take place at WrestleMania?
Obviously, it would be a generational match. I felt like I'm the new generation. Charlotte is, still of this generation, but she's been around for so long and she's so established and she's so iconic, 14-time women's champion. So I feel like it'd be a generational match for one. And then for two, obviously she's my inspiration. She's the reason I got into wrestling. It would mean so much to my, little girl self if I were to wrestle her on the biggest stage of them all at WrestleMania. So yeah, it would mean a lot. It would be so surreal, especially my first or second year being on SmackDown or my fourth year into the business. So it'd be amazing.
And then, of course, another name, you've had some big matches throughout NXT and now throughout your main roster WWE run. Becky Lynch is obviously one of them. You guys had some barn burners before, but with her, another name being thrown into the possibilities of returning. What would that situation be like for you? And how would you top the last one? Because there were fire extinguishers and all kinds of things in that match.
Yeah, obviously she took the NXT Women's Championship off of me. So I definitely think it would be my Tiffy time to defend my title against her and prevail this time and come out on top. Obviously, it would mean a lot, to finally get my win back on Becky Lynch. And I feel like it would be great storytelling.
I know I got to let you go here. Last one. You recently had your first WWE figure. What did you think when you actually saw it in person, the Elite figure?
Ooh, I thought it looked so cute with my cowboy hat. Iconic. What do you think?
Oh, it's fantastic. Yes.
It was amazing. Yeah.
It's also hard to find right now.
Good to know.
So if you're cruising Targets and things like that and looking for those figures, it's a little hard to find. So you got to keep looking. But it's fair, right? If you're looking for a champion. Thank you so much for the time. All the best success, and can't wait to see what's next for you.
Thank you.